Well, this was a request, so I have to do it. Brother, brother, there's too many of you dying. Mother, 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 there's too many of you crying.
Hello, music hippies, and welcome to another episode of the Jammin' at Hippie Jacks Radio Hour. The Jammin' at Hippie Jacks Radio Hour features limited edition music we recorded here on the farm, on the road, and sometimes, I don't know, in the bus, for our Americana Roots music show that appears on PBS affiliates across the nation. You're listening to the Jammin' at Hippie Jacks Radio Hour right here on WDVX in Knoxville, Tennessee, 89.9 and 102.9 on your FM radio dial. And for those of you outside of listening range over the air, you can find us at www.wdvx.com on the World Wide Web. It's Thanksgiving weekend, or week, or whatever Thanksgiving is. My favorite holiday. What's better than friends, family, food, football, and not a lot of stress? Made me think of my buddy Wylie Hubbard down there in Texas. One of the greatest shows we ever recorded him at the Tennessee State Museum in Nashville, Tennessee a couple of years ago. I'm going to start you out with Wylie Hubbard doing Count My Blessings, and then we're going to do Snake Farm, and then Drunken Poet's Dream. Who noticed that Willie Nelson got busted again the other day? Poor old Willie Nelson, 77 years old, can't drive out of Texas without getting caught. I was watching it on CNN one morning. I was out on the farm, and I swear this is true, and I'm watching CNN, and they did this really deadpan story like they were surprised. The very next news, anybody else see this? The very next news piece after the Willie Nelson was, they now sell whipped cream that is 30% alcohol. Seriously. Willie Nelson's probably been, shall I say, smoking pot for 50 years. And he can't get out of Texas without getting arrested, but you can now get a pie condiment that's 60 proof. I don't get it. Never will. My buddy Drew Trahan is here, and I stopped at his house on the way in today, and he provided us with some food for everybody in the back to feed us tonight, and some key lime pie and some pumpkin roll and some homemade whipped cream. Had some green sprinkles on it. Ray and I are going to get together for pie after the show. All right, we're going to resync. Everybody rolling? You rolling, Silas? You got it? Everybody got it? All right, do it. All right, go see your mama. You're done. Yay! Okay, without further ado, let me tell you, number 5 on the Americana charts, his latest CD, one of the hottest CDs in the country right now. Get one before you go if there's any left. Wylie Hubbard.
Thank you. I fit with this crew, I couldn't. Just a second here. We're glad to be here. Mama give me a nickel and a deck of cards. Said go on play out in the backyard. Walking down the alley come my Uncle Lonnie. He said, well, let me teach you about 3-card money. You take ace hearts and 2 black queens, flip them over so they can't be seen. Spin them around 4 or 5 times, bet a nickel, find the ace and win a dime. 20 minutes later I had $35 singing Ain't Misbehaving by the Great Fat Swaller. I believe I'm gonna count my blessings. I believe I'm gonna count my blessings. Well, I saw a black crow on a fence post, singing away like Sam Hopkins' ghost. He sang when you say I ain't breathing no more. Nailed my feathers to an old barn door. I dragged my carcass off behind the shed, just to make sure you're pretty sure I'm dead. Ask a Ouija board if you can't quite tell, or if I start to stink like the floors in hell. Go to Navasota after I'm done dying, it don't do you no good. Sitting around crying, I believe I'm gonna count my blessings. I believe I'm gonna count my blessings. So I got me a pencil and a moleskin book. When I heard Bertha Franklin shot and killed Sam Cooke, wrote down December 11th, 1964. I ain't gonna be twisting the night away no more. Took 15 minutes for the jury to decide. Cause of death, the justified homicide. A lazy boy who wasn't called by the prosecution. Then she's arrested for prostitution. I see in the motel, had a busted down door. Sam swallowed and his money is never accounted for. I believe I'm gonna count my blessings. 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 I believe I'm gonna count. Playing here at Hippie Jacks is one of them. Thank you very much. Very glad to be here. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the band. I have a band, and we usually play a lot on Friday and Saturday nights back in Austin, Texas, primarily because of the weekend work release program. We just can't leave Travis County. Well, I saw us old dogs chasing this rabbit. Saw dogs chase this rabbit. I saw dogs chase this rabbit. It's on Sunday about noon. I said to the rabbit, you gonna make it? I said to the rabbit, are you gonna make it? I said to the rabbit, you gonna make it? The rabbit said, well, I got to. You get it? Well, a woman's heart's a sacred thing. A woman's heart's a sacred thing. A woman's heart's a sacred thing. What's a man to do? Try a little tenderness, Otis Redding said. Try a little tenderness is what it said. Try a little tenderness, Otis said. And then he said, I got to. Good God, watch me work's what he said. Now there's two kind of people in the world. There's two kind of people in the world. There's two kind of people in the world. The day people and the night people. And it's the night people's job. It's the night people's job. It's the night people's job to get the day people's money. Well, between the I'm fucking cool. Maybe means I'm fucking cool. Maybe means I'm fucking cool. Maybe means we all fucking cool. If it's in the groove, everybody loves it. If it's in the groove, everybody loves it. If it's in the groove, everybody loves it. The great Howlin' Wolf said that. We've a short time to be here. We've a short time to be here. We've a short time to be here. So get out of your rut and get in the groove. Get out of your rut and get in the groove. Get out of your rut and get in the groove. Thank you very much. Well, this might be the first time that a number of you have appeared before me. So I would imagine after that you're a little nervous. But I'd like to remind you, you get what you pay for. Well, woman I love is named Ramona. She kinda looks like Tempest Storm, and she can dance like a little Egypt. She works down at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Ooh. Ramona's got a keen sense of humor. She got a tattoo down her arm. It's of a python eating a little mouse, wearing a sailor hat that says Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Asked Ramona how come she works there. She says, well, it's got its charm. There's nothing to do in the winter. Now then some kid gets bit at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. This is a sing-along. Really. Here goes Snake Farm. It just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Ooh. Ain't exactly kumbaya, but it's jamming at Hippie Jack, so it ought to be appropriate, right? Huh? So help me now. I go Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Getting into it now. Ramona likes malt liquor and a band from Wales that was called The Alarm. Said she cried when they broke up. She still plays the records at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Sometimes Ramona calls me up, says, come on down here, it's getting warm. And she runs everybody off and we, you know, Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. a snake farm. It's a reptile house, snake farm. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It doesn't get any better than this. Really, it didn't get any better at all. It's about as good as it gets. Well, like I say, this might be first time to see me do this. What I really do is I just kind of write these songs and talk about them a little bit. This next song is a song I wrote with a young guy named Hayes Carl. That's what a smattering sounds like. I always wonder. So I'll go back to Austin tomorrow, call Hayes, say, hey, these man's out in Nashville mentioned your name, man, crickets. Hayes is a great young writer. I mean, he's a phenomenal young writer. It's really nice to see someone that young that's pretty much already burnt out and fried. Usually you have to be my age to be that bitter and resentful, but he's already there. First time I met Hayes Carl, I was down in Galveston, a club down there called the Old Quarter, run by an old boy named Rex Bell. And first time I met Hayes, I'd been reading about all these old French poets from the late 1800s. Somebody gave me a book about these guys and their poetry, and I was reading their poetry, and I was just amazed. It was just stunning. It was just amazing. They were like breaking the rules of poetry up to that time. They were like in the late 1800s, they were writing what would be almost considered like rock lyrics. Now, they were just phenomenal, and I just loved it. But they were despicable people. They were horrible, horrible people. They just drank and they drank and they drank and they drank. And they had, illicit affairs and lived lives of debauchery and just were horrible, self-absorbed people, but their writing was like genius, just stellar. And so the first time I met Hayes Carl, I thought to myself, well, this is how those guys must have smelled. I got a woman who's wild as wrong. She likes being naked and gazed upon. She crosses the bridge, she sets it on fire. She lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline, and then I'm gonna rhyme that with gasoline. It's a drunken poet's dream. There's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor, and a few paperback books by Louis L'Amour. Whiskey bottles are scattered like last night's clothes, with cigarettes and papers and Oreos. My harmonica has got a busted reed. My lips are chapped and about to bleed. She says that's nothing when she was a kid. She danced with the dead at the pyramids. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline, and then I'm gonna rhyme that with gasoline. It's a drunken poet's dream. I'll never pay back my student loan. Smelling like Coors and cheap cologne. She tells me not to worry about Judgment Day. She says dying to get in heaven just ain't our way. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline, and then I'm gonna rhyme that with gasoline to drunk a poet's dream. Whoa, I got a woman who's wild as Rome. She likes being naked and gazed upon. Thank you very much.
That was Wylie Hubbard doing Drunken Poet's Dream, recorded live at the Tennessee State Museum back in 2011. The Jammin' at Hippie Jack Spring Americana Music and Camping Festival will take place in Overton County, Tennessee on the beautiful Cumberland Plateau from May 22nd through the 25th. Come see Mountain Heart, Willie Sugarcaps, the Delta Saints, Josh Farrow, the New Familiars, New Country Rehab, Blue Mother Tupelo, the Danberries, Flea Market Hustlers, Malcolm Holcomb, Wild Ponies, Diddy Road, the Mark Robinson Show Band and Rhythm Review, Greg Horn, Jay Clark, Barstool Romeo, Sam Lewis, Matt Ermey, Sugarcane Jane, Will Kimbrough, Grayson Caps, and the Wilder Mountain Band. For information about our festival, go to www.jammin'athippieJacks.com or call us at 931-445-2072 for lineup, ticket, motel, and camping information. Come to the beautiful Hippie Jack Farm in the mountains on the river and enjoy 4 days of great Americana music. Make your reservations now and come for the time of your life. We're going to do some more Ray Wylie now. We're going to do Down Home Country Blues, and then we're going to finish them out with Ballad of the Crimson Kings.
Sugar's got some sweetness to it, as do my baby lips. When she hears some old howling wolf, she got to move her hips. She ain't much for the bluegrass fiddle, she likes that bottleneck slide. A little kick with a lot of bottom, let the resonator take a ride. Listen up, looky here, I'm talking about them country blues. You take some black diamond strings and put them on a J45. You hit them chords, you get that thump, you're downright sanctified. Or you can take a lipstick pickup and play it through a Fender Tweed. It's so sweet, oh so sweet, when it squeals, squalls, and bleeds. Listen up, looky here, I'm talking about them country blues. Sit on. I'm strong for the Union and a ring and fire, and I talk with a southern drawl and I still say honey child. And I'm partial to old hookers singing a crawling king snake, and I believe that muddy waters is as deep as William Blake. So listen up, y'all, looky here, I'm talking about them country blues. I'll listen up, oh looky here, A lot of people come up and ask me about songwriting. Well, not a lot of people, a few people. I think there was one guy one time. Usually you think they would ask me about inspiration and craft and all that stuff. But usually they ask me about songwriting. They go, "Why are you still doing this?" And I guess about the only way I can really explain it is about 3 years ago, I played this festival out in California called the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival. They have it out there at Golden Gate Park. It's just a wonderful festival. So they flew me out there to do this thing. And after I finished playing, this young man came up, probably, 25, 26 years old. He came up and said, "Mr. Hubbard, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I said, "Well, I'm kind of busy. I'm packing up my stuff here." He said, "Well, can I tell you how inspiring you are?" I said, "Well, yeah, go ahead." And he said, "Please don't take this wrong," but he said, I said, "Here you are, you're an old guy and everything, and you're still, writing these songs." He said, "I was just watching you perform, and I was just so impressed with your commitment that you have to your music." And he said, "I play mandolin in this young band over here," and he said, "I was just so impressed that you're still writing these songs and packing up that guitar and traveling all over the world and playing them." He said, "I was just so impressed with your commitment that you have to your music." He said, I too," he said, "I hope to have that commitment someday." And I said, "Well, just never learn to do anything else." And you too can have this commitment. Remember when your parents said, "Go to college and get a degree, so in case this music thing doesn't work out, you'll have something to fall back on"? Don't do that. You can have this commitment. Well, I'm in this band called Crimson Kings. We come from the Carolinas and Tennessee. We make our stand with bronze wound strings, old dreadnoughts and drop down D's. Our roots run deep, true and tough, as a tree of life's inlaid in a mandolin. We don't flinch, we don't bluff, and our heart's been blessed by hickory wind. There are some who can rise above blind faith, others are that just can't pray. Then there are those condemned by the gods to right, how they sparkle and fade away. Now we run with a reckless kind. We have not turned our backs on the sacred choir. You see, each life down here is intertwined. We've come together for the wheels on fire. Some don't know that they are blessed. Perhaps that's what gives the sorrow wings. I might be wrong about all this, nevertheless. Sweet Mother Pearl, say a prayer for us Crimson Kings. But there are some who can rise above blind faith, others are that just can't pray. Then there are those condemned by the gods to right, how they sparkle and they fade away. some who can rise above blind faith, others either just can't seem to pray. Then there are those condemned by the gods to right, how they sparkle and fade away. They sparkle and fade away. They sparkle and they fade away.
The Jammin' at Hippie Jack Spring Americana Music and Camping Festival will take place in Overton County, Tennessee on the beautiful Cumberland Plateau from May 22nd through the 25th. For information about our festival, go to www.jammin'athippieJacks.com or call us at 931-445-2072 for lineup, ticket, motel, and camping information. Come see Mountain Heart, Willie Sugar Caps, the Delta Saints, Josh Farrow, the New Familiars, New Country Rehab, Blue Mother Tupelo, the Danberries, Flea Market Hustlers, Malcolm Holcomb, Wild Ponies, Diddy Road, the Mark Robinson Show Band and Rhythm Review, Greg Horn, Jay Clark, Barstool Romeo, Sam Lewis, Matt Ermey, Sugarcane Jane, Will Kimbrough, Grayson Caps, and the Wilder Mountain Band. Come to the beautiful Hippie Jack Farm in the mountains on the river and enjoy 4 days of great Americana music. We're going to move into my favorite Thanksgiving song of all times. It's a lot to choose from. And when you're a child, there's a lot of Thanksgiving songs that really get you. But when you're an adult, it takes somebody for me, like my friend Mary Gauthier, singing Thanksgiving at the Prison.
This one's called Thanksgiving at the Prison. We stood in a long line waiting for the door to be unlocked. Out in the cold wind, round the razor wire fenced in cell block. Young mamas with babies, sisters and other kinds of kin, at Tallulah State Prison on Thanksgiving Day, we're waiting to get in. You gotta get here early. It don't matter how many miles you drove. They make you wait for hours. Jailers always move slow. They run names, check numbers, gravel-faced gods, they don't smile. Grammy and me in line, silently waiting, single file. It's Thanksgiving at the prison, surrounded by fire. faithfully. Even though it ain't easy, it's where we want to be. So old now, her hair is soft and white like the snow, and her hands tremble when they frisk her from her head to her toes. They make her take her winter coat off, then they frisk her again. When they're done, she wipes their touch off her dress, stands tall and heads in. It's Thanksgiving at the prison, surrounded by families, road-weary pilgrims who show up faithfully. Even though it ain't easy, it's where they want to be. I guess love ain't easy, but it's where we want to be.
All right, that was Mary Gauthier doing Thanksgiving at the Prison. You're listening to the Jammin' and Hippie Jacks Radio Hour right here on Knoxville's own WDVX 89.9, 102.9 FM, and www.wdvx.com on the World Wide Web. Are you listening, Billy Bob? Ain't heard from you in a while. Send me a message on Facebook. So we're going to finish out with Mary Gauthier. We're going to do Blood is Blood, another very relevant holiday song, and then absolutely stunning version of Mercy Please, her great song. She gave me a mercy necklace. I wear it still, and I will always wear it. All of us could use a little mercy now.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, I was born in New Orleans, and I spent the first almost year of my life in a place called St. Vincent de Paul's Women and Infants Asylum. I was given up at birth by a mother I never met, and I ended up as a songwriter having to write about it. I didn't really want to, but sometimes the muse tells you either you write about it or I'm not giving you anything else to write about. In the United States, if an adoptee or a first family wants to find each other, It's impossible to do in all but a handful of states without breaking the law, because birth certificates are sealed. In that time period where I was adopted in the 60s and 70s, America had, and still in many places still has, what's called closed adoption. And so the records are sealed, and people, if they want to, can't find each other. So you got two choices, really. You could hire a private detective who will have to probably break some laws and maybe find the people you're looking for. Or you could become a private detective and break some laws and maybe find the person or persons you're looking for. And there is a movement now to open those records and allow the original birth certificates to be seen by all parties involved, although it's not getting very far very fast. All I want to say about that is this. I went out on a date one time with someone who looked a little bit like me. See what I'm saying? It's time to stop the secrets, lies, and shame and let people know who they are and where they came from. And in keeping with that, thank you, friends. We're going to play a little protest song, because after all, I am a folk singer with a southern accent. This one's called Blood is Blood. This is for all the first mothers and all the adoptees out there fighting the good fight, trying to get the records open. And the adoptive parents as well. Clouds are spreading like bruises on the evening sky. I walk the streets alone again tonight. It starts to rain. Still I search each passing face, 'cause blood is blood, and blood don't wash away. Blood is blood, blood don't wash away. Told me she loved me too much. She didn't keep me 'cause my mother loved me too much. She left without a trail. She didn't leave a trail. Blood is blood, blood don't wash it away. Blood is blood, blood don't wash away. Blood is blood. Blood don't wash away. Blood is blood. Blood don't wash away. Blood is blood. Blood don't wash away. I walk the streets alone again tonight. Well, thank y'all for listening, and once again, Tanya Elizabeth. The folks here at the Tennessee State Museum have been wonderful to us, as has Hippie Jack and the family, and we're real honored to have been invited to be a part of this wonderful series, and thank all the sponsors for making it possible. And we appreciate the opportunity to play these songs for whoever's listening tonight. Thank you so much. And Tanya and I always end the shows with a simple prayer, a little request, a glance skyward, and 2 words, mercy, please. My father sure could use a little mercy now. The fruits of his labor fall and rot slowly on the ground. His work is almost over. It won't be long. He won't be around, and I love my father. He could use some mercy now. And my brother sure could use a little mercy now. He's a stranger to freedom, shackled to his fear and doubt. The pain that he lives in is almost more than living will allow. I love my brother. He could use some mercy now. My church and my country, they could use a little mercy now. was another mushroom cloud. People in power, they'll do anything to keep their crown. I love life, and life itself could use some mercy now. Use a little mercy now. I know we don't deserve it, but we need it anyhow. We hang in the balance, dangle between hell and hallowed ground. And every single one of us could use some mercy now. Every single one of us could use some mercy now.
Thanks for listening today to the Jammin' at Hippie Jacks Radio Hour, which airs every Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on WDVX in Knoxville, Tennessee. If you'd like to know more about the Jammin' at Hippie Jacks and all things hippie, our website is www.jamminathippie.com, or call us on the farm at 931-445-2072, and we'll tell you all about our upcoming festivals and events. Jammin' at Hippie Jacks operates under the 501c3 nonprofit organization, the Council of Americana Roots Music, which is dedicated to presenting, promoting, and far most importantly, preserving Americana Roots music. Well, it's the holiday season, and as great a holiday as Thanksgiving is, and it's leading into Christmas, there's plenty of people out there that could use a little helping hand. So try to keep it in mind. Not everybody's destitute. Some people just need a little lift up. See if you can't find a place to do a little volunteering, help a food pantry, find somebody in need, buy them a coat. I don't know. It's going to come back to you sooner or later. Be part of the solution.
Don't punish me.
Good night, everybody.
With brutality. Come on, talk to me. We can see